Good morning and how are you, and welcome to my channel. Good afternoon, good evening, or I hope you'll have a good night from wherever it is that you're watching from the world. I'm chewing, I should remove this. Today I woke up feeling refreshed, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about myself. I'm feeling happy. I know it's said to be a busy day, but it got delayed by, guess what? I think I'm growing old. Okay, I am growing old, yes, but I don't know. Either I need organization or it's just my age. I woke up and I had a set schedule of what I'm going to do. That I didn't do my nails yesterday night, so I said I'm going to get up, have a shower. I had washed the washing I had done 2 days ago. I had folded, but I had left it in the living room. I had not folded. I just turned them outside in because I hang them when they're inside out. I turned them the correct way, then I straighten them. I just fold them very basically in readiness for now storage or hanging. So I leave them on the chair until all that is done, so that they just go into the bedroom straight to arrange. So my schedule was to do that, to take the clothes into the bedroom, hang what I can, and arrange what I can in the drawers, and then do my nails. That is after showering, and then do my nails, and then have breakfast, and then leave. And then I woke up, I had a shower, I took the clothes into the bedroom, and I started looking for my nail cutter. And I looked for my nail cutter. Let me show you. My nail cutter. I could not move before my nails were done. And I could not find my nail cutter. And so it took me a whole hour, because I normally have my nail cutter either in my sewing kit tin. It's an old container of hair oil that is big enough. It's very large. It's quite large. And that's where I put in my sewing kit and my nail cutter. If it's not in my sewing kit container, it's one of the most recent handbags I've carried when I'm going to my cousin's place, because sometimes I go and I know her daughter will always ask for stuff to do with me, or for me to do with her. So I'll either clip her nails, or I'll carry a cutex, or I'll carry lipstick, so that we can have some interaction with her. And I could not find it in any of the handbags. And very unfortunately, I had, or fortunately anyway, but I had forgotten. I had kept it in the tin where I put in my vanishes, nail cutex, and old beautiful perfume bottles. I had put it in that container. So after I had rearranged my handbags, which was good, because I also need to do rearrangement of the house sometime in the next coming few days, I finally found it. I can't kiss it directly. Yeah, because that is a process I had to do. I had to cut my nails before I leave the house. And I've been spending money so much on construction and repairs and everything. I didn't have money to go and get a nail cutter right now. And the money that, some money I've left in the supermarket to collect things slowly, I did not want to use it on a nail cutter, because I've already spared it for something else, to top up on something else. That is the life of an ordinary 60-year-old sometimes in Kenya. Small things will hold you back. And money on small things sometimes can give you a setback. If you've not prepared to spend it, you'll not want to be messed because of that. And so I had to find the nail cutter, and I found it. So I've clipped my nails, then I've buffed them. I use a buffer. It's an old one, but yeah, those who are watching near me, you know I need a new buffer. Okay, but I use this part. It's very good for smoothing the nail edges. And then I use this for removing the cuticles. This, you see the small skin that goes loose around the nails. Yeah, I use it for that. But today I didn't really do that, because I like to do that when I've soaked my hands in water for long, they've softened, and then I can do the cuticles thoroughly. And I have a lot of sit down time. I didn't have that today. And then this is also for smoothing the nails. These are in packages that you're given in hotels. Normally, they give you a nail set, and I keep them because they come in very handy. And then I use the cotton wool. I make into small balls, and then I usually have three cutexes: the base coat or the clear transparent varnish, and then 2 colors. So I'll either choose to use the 2 colors and mix in one, or use in alternating fingers, each finger a different color. So I'm going to select what to do. I already have some premixed colors, and sometimes I dilute more with the other color if I want the color to be a bit more neutral. So thank you again. Welcome to the channel. Sorry about ranting about nails and cutex, and every woman feels nice when her hair is done and her nails are done. Yeah. And since I'm in this self-love period, I need to do that. So this is you're wondering where I am? This is the front wall in my sitting room. This was brought by my daughter from, I think, from Guinea or some West African country. That's my blessed rosary. This I had, it was, anyway, when we buy rosaries as Catholics, we have them blessed by the priest. That's a picture of myself, a photo of myself that was taken, and then my son framed it. My son is a very good artist, and he does commercial framing also. And then that's a gift I got from a Tanzanian friend when I lost my mother. Yeah. One of the boards fell off when we were moving. Yeah, I'll fix it. After we've done the painting, a lot of paintings are going to go up, a lot of artwork. We have a lot of artwork. We are all art collectors, and we love art in this family. And so I've had to take out a lot of it until we've finished. We've done with painting the house and making it possible to put up hangings for a long time. So welcome to the channel. Thank you for staying on the channel. We are at 80 viewers. I appreciate it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I have new countries coming to the top of the list every other time. So I have Kenya topping the list, then South Africa, then it used to be Belarus, now it is the United Kingdom. I appreciate you all very much. I'd like to see more African countries coming to the channel, watching my channel, having my views. I'd like to see other countries also from Asia watching my views, watching my channel. But I appreciate you all very much. All of we're now at 5,700 viewers, I think. I appreciate you all very much. So I'm going to finish doing my nails. I've done the first layer of clear varnish, and so I have to let that dry. I have to, yeah, I can feel that's dry now. Not completely. Yeah, I have to let that dry off. I'll normally just walk around, do stuff for about 8 minutes, and then that dries off. Then now I do the second layer, and then I give it another 5 to 10 minutes, let that set, and then now I do the top layer, again the clear varnish on the top. Then that way it becomes like a sort of a cake of, I think that's because I don't want to do gel, and gel is that's what it is. It's a layer, cakey, liquidy layer of varnish. But gel has chemical that affects your skin. Varnish has very limited chemicals. I know there are chemicals, but very limited to affect you. And as I said, for me, with my HIV status, I want to be very careful with my health, and stuff that can get into my bloodstream that can affect me must be very limited. It must be very necessary, and gel is not very necessary for my life. So thank you. Stay on the channel. It's going to be a long day. We're going to take a walk, but for now I have to finish this, get my breakfast, then come and do the rest later. Walk with me, and again, please remember to like and to subscribe, to share with friends, to encourage friends to subscribe, watch with friends. Thank you very much, and karibuni. So these are the tools for my nail care routine for today. The first thing I've done is trim my nails. Then the second thing, I use fresh cutex remover. This one I found was already expired, so I'm using this. I apply on which one have I removed? This one. I apply a very light coat on it. Then I use the nail remover. I dab. These ones are the ones I've used. I dab the nail polish remover onto a piece of cotton, and then on the old cutex, which I've put a bit of remover on, clear varnish, I wipe. Now this softens the old cutex, and then this wipes out both the old and the new cutex faster than if I was just using nail polish remover alone. After cutting my nails, I buff them. I have this buffer. It's an old one, but this is the purple part that I like for using to smoothen the edges. Before I'd buff here, but this does that. The nail remover, it removes all the oils on the nails, because before you apply cutex, the nails need to be dry. So the buffer is for the nail cutter. Has a very small, let me show you. This is the smoothener, the nail smoothener on the nail cutter, but it's such a tiny bit. You see, if you put your nails on it, it can only rub this way, and I find it very tiring and it's easy to hurt my nails, but I use it for the edges, like here, clipping and then sharpening. But the buffer does part of the cuticles and then the nail itself here, so that it is well rounded. You can't scratch clothes or yourself. And the edges, normally I'll remove cuticles. Today I don't have the time and for removing cuticles. After I've done this, I'm now going to remove the cuticles. The cuticles are on the edge. These edges, there's let me bring it. This is a small buffer that I got from, you get in hotels, so you can use it to rub and also to remove the cuticles, the small particles of skin that can come off on the edge of the nail. But this one is the one that now I use for physically scraping them out. I'm trying to see where how I can hold the phone to show you. I've done the first layer of clear nail varnish. This is the finished work. I've chosen to put an extra layer of sort of goldish in the middle finger, and then I've applied the pinkish purplish varnish, and then I've topped it off with clear varnish on the top. That's the right hand. This is the left hand. I was not able to apply, I didn't want to apply lotion on my hands. That's why they're looking dry, so that no oil would get on the nails. When you have any oil on the nails, that makes the cutex not attach properly onto the nails. The nails must be very, very, very dry. So because I had washed my hands and because I had applied this around the nails, I made sure that I do not have any oil at all. I do not touch any oil. But now I can go and apply lotion on my hands, and I can proceed to go with the next activities for the day. Yep, that's it. All neat and done and short. That's how I like my nails. I've completed. I found somebody. I found a welder. The people who are most professional about what I want. So I found somebody who's going to do the cage, and they're going to come to the house later on. Now I'm going on to find out the place for the cyber for applying water. So this is the place in our main stage. Remember the main stage I told you called stage 26. This is the place. I found the fundi. So I've made the order for him to come and make a custom size cage. Now I'm going to find out where to make the water application. Then after that, I'll need to go home straight again. I'll not be able to walk much as I had anticipated, so that I can go and wait for the fundi. So we'll see you in a while. So this is the market I was telling you. This is our local big shopping center, the one before the main one in Wueh. So this is the stage 26 I always talk about. That's where I found the welder. I'm talking against the sun. That's where I found the welder, and that's where also I'm going. When I go a bit ahead, that's where I'm going to find where to make the cyber where I have to apply for the water. And then across the road on this other side, we have like 1, 2, almost 5 entertainment spots. So if people want to go and have, okay, on this side there are also bars and butcheries for eating meat. But now if you want swimming places to go enjoy with the family, to have a garden atmosphere, it's across the road. We have several places. I'm not going to mention the names because, like I keep on saying, I'm not advertising for them. But right now I'm going to make the advertisement for the water supply, and then I have to rush back home so that I go and wait for the welder to come and take the measurements so that we can see if this can be done. Either by tomorrow it can be finished if we get the money. I'm going to borrow money against it because that is urgent, and then see what other stuff I have to do to secure myself as I continue working. So let's go. I'm still headed towards the place where I'm going to make the application for the cyber, and these are the various businesses that are all over this place. It's a very busy, it's a small place that is busy, that has a lot of small scale business people. Across the road we have hardware shops, and then that's going to another side of Wueh. We have this side of Wueh, that's the lower side where it floods extremely much when it rains. So this is just a row of kiosks all the way up to the petrol station, most of them being semi-permanent structures, but a few being permanent structures. So I've come from the welder, I've gotten the order for that, I've known where the place is, the cyber for the water installation, and then I've met friends and we've come to what we call a local joint here in Wueh. This is what you call a local joint. The way you go to your local pub, this is our local pub here in Kenya. So I've passed here to take what we call just a friendly, something friendly with friends, and then after that I go on home. Since I had told the welder to come home in about an hour's time, I'm going to give him a message to either come a bit later or to come tomorrow morning. I mean, it's still the same thing, he's coming for measurements, so that I can also take time. Like I told you, in Africa, we don't greet people hello and just passing by. If I meet a friend and we have a sit down, this is a conversation that might go half an hour, that might go 1 hour. I've also come greeting people on the road, and that's why I told you that when I go out and when I'm taking a walk, I might take half the day, because everywhere I meet friends, everywhere I meet relatives, everywhere I meet acquaintances, I must stop, find out how they are, get to know their well-being, also tell them how I've been, exchange information, exchange news before you go on. That's the Ubuntu, that's how we live in Africa. We don't do passing greetings unless it's somebody who's a stranger. So I'm going to talk to you after I come from here. For now, let me sit, and then I'll tell you later on about our culture of going to local pubs. The local, we just call it the local. So we finished with the We finished the small drink we were having in that small local. Now we are working now. Now is when I'm going to the cyber, and then I've got this is like okay, we call it KDF here, like a mandazi, like a bun, a very sweet full bun. I'm going to go to the cyber. I postponed. I told the welder to come home at 5 o'clock, so he'll come at 5. Of course, I've passed by friends. I have friends who are in the market here. I've passed by, saying hello to them, and I've passed by seeing and greeting people. Sasa, I've passed by seeing, talking and greeting people, and so this is going to take much longer. By the time I get home, at least the only thing I'm targeting right now is to reach home in time for the welder. But I'm going again to the cyber is just above where he works. So now he's aware that this is why I was delaying. I had to do this. Then I'll talk to you when you're at home. Yeah, the shopping center is full of surprises and full of activities. Oh, yeah. So this is the local big supermarket, which is at our local shopping center, where I tell you that it's the... So hello, good evening. I ran out of space on the phone when I was shooting at the supermarket, so I wasn't able to finish that. I came back home, and the welder, because when I went into the cyber cafe, it's when he was also closing shop, and I think he stays somewhere far. So he requested that he kindly comes tomorrow morning. So I accepted. I've come home, and then because the phone was full, I had to now delete old photos. Actually, I've been putting photos in the bin, pictures and videos, but I've not been deleting them, just so that I always like to give because my phone gives me a 30-day period to permanently delete photos and videos. So I like to keep them there, because that's why I dump them when I just want to reduce the storage in my pictures and gallery, so that I can pick them up from CapCut. So I had to reach home, and I said after the last time when I saw that when I deleted when I was working, I would delete even photos that I had not yet edited and videos. So I always prefer to get back home, and then when I'm seated and calm and collected and not in a rush, I slowly go on permanently deleting only what I've used and what I don't need anymore. But there are very many videos I need to reuse because of short clips, and there are very many photos I also need to use in other social media forums. So I make sure that I properly store them in my SD card and in other places where I need to have them stored or to share them. So I've just finished doing that so that the camera can allow me to now do this finishing. The welder is going to come in the morning. I came and had lunch when I came back. The place where I told you where it is a local, I met an old friend of mine, and then I was working with a woman who's a friend of mine who accepted to work with me to go around as I was doing my stuff. So when I saw this person, they invited us. We went in, we had a drink. I actually had a soda. My girlfriend also had a soda, and the person had a beer. It's just a local, I'd best call it a pub. Here we call them bars, but it's like a pub, and it's a nice place where you can go and have meat, you can have a meal. They were having a funeral arrangement. Many people in Kenya will usually utilize restaurants and bars to hold meetings for burial and funeral arrangements, because it's a convenient place. It's somewhere you can pass by, because most are usually near or at a shopping center. So it's very convenient for people bypassing to go there, and then it's also somewhere where you can easily pick your public means of transport to get back home for those who are not driving, whether it's a boda boda or a matatu. And then we came back home. That was it was a long walk, and it was comfortable, and the soda held me for the day. And then the bun that I bought, that I was holding. What did I have for breakfast? I had not had breakfast. Yes, had I had anything? I had coffee in the morning, and that had been all. I had just had coffee. And then I was busy now with the clothes arrangement and everything, and then doing my nails. When I got this offer now, my friend was passing by. So I told her, yes, I was planning to do this, but I was planning to do it a bit later. But since you're here, let's work together. And so we went together. So it's been a successful day, I can say that. I'm glad to have gone out and taken a walk, because that's also good for my exercise. I'm not sitting in the house. And then it's also good for networking, because I've gone out. When I went out, I've met a lot of people. I've met over 10 people who I would not have met if I was just sitting in the house. It's very important to keep in touch with people, to be seen once in a while among people, to share and know what's happening. And then today there was a murder. Let me not call it. Today there was a person who was killed, a thief. I can't even call him a thief. I don't know if it's somebody who had a mental problem, or if it's somebody who just had a murderous streak in them, or if it's somebody who's just depressed or what. I don't know. But for the past few weeks, he's been going around stabbing people. Yes, stabbing. And then he's been trying to rape girls. And when he doesn't succeed, he stabs them. Several are hospitalized. I understand that yesterday he stabbed a man, and unfortunately the person succumbed and has passed away. But he has stabbed so many people. I mean, over 12 people and counting. And today when he got caught, he was trying to attack a certain woman, and she screamed out for help. I think that's, I was told something of the sort. And so when the alarm was given, people chased him. And for a whole hour, he was running. When he met people, he was stabbing them. And when he jumped into compounds, we have semi-porous fences like you've seen mine. And some of them have a chain link so you can climb and board over. But either it was because of the flight of life or whatever it was, but I'm told that for 1 hour, people were chasing him, and he'd just jump fences like a joke, and he'd go into the next compound and he'd drop somebody there, and everywhere when people saw the knife, they got scared. And as they were struggling also to catch him, I think he knifed about 4 or 5 people. I found it so bizarre, but he was eventually cornered. What happened is that he bypassed some fences adjacent to the school, and there were policemen, I think, invigilating or something. And they saw the fracas that was happening, and the way the crowd was chasing him, and they were not able to catch him. So they shot in the air because they could not leave their post. They shot in the air, and it scared him, so he hid in one place where he was cornered. And very unfortunately, because always with loss of life, we must call it a misfortune. And because this is somebody who is somebody's brother, somebody's mother, somebody's daughter, no matter what, I mean son, no matter how evil he was, there's a family that is going to be in so much grief because of his passing. He was killed. He was lynched and killed. And even before he got killed, he stabbed some people. It's very disturbing. You know, I really feel it. I really, really feel it when young men are having to die such horrible deaths, and when they've also lived such horrible lives. It is not for the person themselves that I'm having pity. It is for their family, because their family, their mother, whoever it is, their aunties, their sisters, their brothers, their fathers, their clansmen, they'll be receiving, what kind of news are they going to be receiving? They're going to learn of his death in such a horrible manner, and maybe they also know that this is what they were involved in, but who wants to hear that kind of news? Who wants this to be your person? Because it's going to give you pain, and because you must mourn them, but you're so angry that why have they chosen this kind of life? Again, on the flip side of that, we must question, what if it was a mental issue? Because this person was just walking with total fearlessness. Some of the people he stabbed were men. This could have happened much earlier. He'd have been lynched earlier. It's only that he was targeting people at night and on lonesome roads. And I told you our roads in Wueh are very lonesome. But it hurt me. It hurt me. It's very sad, but it's very unfortunate. But at the same time, it's a relief to the community that this person is no longer there, because he's been terrorizing people. Women have been scared. I myself have been very afraid since I learned about it about 2 or 3 days ago. I've just been, I don't want to come out. And so earlier when I had people bypassing the street, I think that was when he was being chased or after he'd been killed. I just had people screaming and motorbikes zooming and all, and I was like, no, I'm not going to come out. I don't know what is out there. Let me not come out and it finds me. But it's very sad, it's very unfortunate that that happened. And so everywhere I went walking today, when I went to the bigger stage and when I went on to these other places I was going, everywhere that is a story on many people's lips. And also because so many women have been afraid, especially the ones who are vendors, like where I went to the market and the shopping center, because they've all been afraid. They have to work, they have to come home late. Even the men, they've been just afraid. I mean, everybody, rest is all in peace, but thank God that that is out of the way, because it's so scary. And at the same time, there was another person again killed, lynched also. Another man, I can say they are young men, in a place not very far from here. And so what the policemen did is, because they're called, and when people make the report, they come to pick the body. They went from picking this one to picking the next one, the second one in the next place. Just about 2 weeks ago, somebody else, a young man, was found dead, lying in one of these kiosks because of drinking. The loss of life, the useless loss of lives of young men, it's painful. Of youth at all, it doesn't matter whether it's young men or women. But the badness is that some of the ones who are also leading such reckless lives are seeing this happening, and they're not afraid, because it should serve as a warning to them. We continue to pray for them. Thank you very much for staying on the channel. Thank you very much for the support. I see we are at 81 subscribers. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate all of you watching from any part of the world. I appreciate you, my brothers and sisters in Kenya, who have subscribed and who continue to be my lead audience. I'm very thankful for that. We look forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow I need to arrange the house, even as they tailor the cage. I do not expect, because also I've run out of funds. When I don't have money, I don't do a lot of movement, because everywhere I go, it's about spending money. So money is going to limit me to stay in the house. And so I'm going to stay in the house and then do stuff just around the house and around the compound that needs doing. Yes. And work on the channel, continue to work on the channel, continue making good productions, see what else I can improve in my editing. Yes, because this is my work now. This is what I'm going to concentrate it. And I'm hoping that whatever I'm going to produce next, you'll be able to like it. I hope you like this one. More and more, I'm also now starting to make shorter vlogs, shorter videos. This is circumstances because I'm in the house. Of course, when I go out, you expect that it's going to be longer because there's more activity, and I don't want, when it also becomes tiring when I'm editing so many short clips vis-a-vis when I'm editing a few long clips, and this is what I'm in preference for. So have a blessed evening, have a blessed night, have a blessed morning or afternoon from wherever you're watching. God bless you, protect you, and guide you. And from now, Nairobi, it's bye-bye. Asante.